Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? I just have something to share with you. On Sunday last week, yes, we at church, this was shared and it really inspired me, and I believe it will inspire someone too. And the title of the message that was shared was Why Do Some Succeed and Others Fail? Why do some succeed and others fail? The scripture reading was from Matthew 25:14 to 30. It reads, Again, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. He called together his servants and entrusted his money to them while he was gone. 15. He gave 5 bags of silver to one, 2 bags of silver to another, and 1 bag of silver to the last, dividing it in proportion to their abilities. He then left on his trip. Verse 16. The servant who received the 5 bags of silver began to invest the money and earned 5 more. The servant who, with 2 bags of silver, also went to work and earned 2 more. But the servant who received the 1 bag of silver dug a hole in the ground and hid the master's money. After a long time, their master returned from his trip and called them to give an account of how they had used his money. The servant to whom he had entrusted the 5 bags of silver came forward with 5 more and said, Master, you gave me 5 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 5 more. The master was full of praise. Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together. The servant who had received the 2 bags of silver came forward and said, Master, you gave me 2 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 2 more. The master said, Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together. Verse 24. Then the servant with the 1 bag of silver came and said, Master, I knew you were a harsh man, harvesting crops you did not plant and gathering crops you didn't cultivate. I was afraid I would lose your money, so I hid it in the earth. Look, here is your money back. But the master replied, You wicked and lazy servant. If you knew I harvested crops I didn't plant and gathered crops I didn't cultivate, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it. Then he ordered, Take the money from this servant and give it to the one with the 10 bags of silver. To those who use well what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have in abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away. I'm going to end here, the reading here, and I'm just going to go through the points that he shared. 3 people were given talent, okay? They were given talent and they were given it according to their abilities. So the one who was giving them the talent knew their abilities. He knew what they can handle. And so he gave them according to their abilities. Yet some of them, 2 of them went ahead and did what they were supposed to do, and they succeeded because they multiplied what they were given. The one with the 5 silver ended up with another 5, extra 5, making 10. He made profit. The other one also went to work immediately and also made two profits. So his became four. But the other one, the last person who received one, did not go to work. He actually dug a hole and hid the money there and returned the money to the master when he returned without any investment because any interest because he did not invest that money in anything. And that is why some people would succeed in life and others don't succeed, even though they are all giving something. So he did not expect something from someone a servant that he gave nothing to. He gave them all something, and he gave them according to their what ability. Now, what the speaker man was saying was that why do some fail? He started off with the failing first, and he said that some fail because they have wrong approach to life. People fail in life because they have wrong approach to life. In just before they even start, they just get it wrong. So wrong approach to life is that you have been given something and your attitude or your approach is to bury it. You don't think about the person who has given me the thing. How do I even look after what this person has given me? There are people that you give them things to look after for you, or you trust them. You trust them with something. Then you come back and they can't account for it. They have lost your money, especially way in the diaspora. You send money back home to people to start businesses for you, to start projects for you, and they waste all the money and they can't account for it. So they have wrong approach to life. The second point he mentioned was wrong attitude because his attitude was like, how come, when he said by comparing ourselves with each other, they became unwise. So if you are comparing yourself, the person who has more and what they are handling, you don't know what they are going through. They are able to handle that because they have the ability to handle the five silver or to handle the challenges that will come with investing five silver or the two. They have the ability to do that. And God has given this person, or the master gave this person one, and he is comparing himself with the others. Like, oh, why would he give someone five, two, and give me one? That attitude, that negative attitude, negative mentality that the people we think they've treated us badly because they've preferred others to, I don't know, they've preferred others over us or things like that. Anyway, he said wrong attitude was number two. Number three was selfish. He was selfish, so he did not multiply it. Oh no, he was thinking about himself. Hey, I'm afraid that when you come and if I invest this and I make a loss when you come, you're going to do this and do that to me. I better take care of myself. Let me just put your money here. When you come, I give you your money. No problem. We are cool. That is his attitude. He was selfish, procrastinating. So he said the two went straight to work. When you read it, he said they went straight to work. You have been given something. The longer you live it, the more you will be having excuses not to do what you have to do. Procrastinating has not helped anyone, and that is what this person did. And from that reading, we can see those with the one with the servant with the two and the five, they went straight to work. They went straight. They knew what has been given to them, and they went straight to work. This person did not go straight to work. Comparing himself with others, I've spoken about that. He was comparing himself. How come some were given more than me? That is childish. That's what kids do. When you give kids something, they will be looking at the other person and saying, you gave this person more than me, and then that's what is in their heart will show. And many adults do that as well, and it's childish to compare ourselves with other people because you don't know, everyone is different. That's why it's a journey. Life is a journey. You are on your own journey, so don't compare your journey with others. People are in different seasons of their lives. You will be graduating uni this year, others will graduate next year or even have already done that before you. Same way, when you are graduating, celebrating something, others might not be there. So when you are not there and others are celebrating, celebrate with them. You will get there too. That is what we should know, that is a perspective that we should have about life. So he was comparing himself to others, and that's why he failed in his assignment. He also buried his talent. So he had talent, okay? He was given something. I always say God does not make junk. Every one of us has something in us. So he did not value what he had. He buried it. So he buried his talent. And then he blamed his what? Master for his unproductivity. He blamed the master now that I know you. I know you, master. You are the one reaping and cultivating where you have not sown or where you have not planted. He's now blaming someone, and that happens a lot. People don't succeed because they blame those who are trying to help them, and because of their own unproductivity, their own laziness and procrastinating, they end up blaming, like this servant did. He was blaming the master because of time. Oh, it's 12 minutes gone already. Let me just rush through what he said. I'll just read here. He said, receiving the 1 talent was even an act of grace from God because he didn't have anything and he was giving one. So we have to be grateful. If we are not grateful for the little we have, that is when we become jealous of other people, what they have, and also we start to compare ourselves with other people. But when we are grateful for whatever we have, doesn't matter how small it is, we are grateful, then that gratitude will also help us to put some things, well, to say gratitude is a key to multiplication. So when we are grateful, then we'll be able to multiply whatever we have been given. He also says that he did not see into the future of spending eternity with the Lord. And he also says that that attitude can also affect others with negative attitude, with his negative attitude, actually. So his attitude, because he buried it, if those two did not take care and they were around that person, they could have also been what stopped, or they could have also failed. But they left and went to work. But this person, if you are around such a person, they can also what influence you negatively, not to do anything, and you will also fail. So watch out the people you are with. Now he went on to say why others succeeded, and I'm sure by now you get where we are going. Is the opposite. Why others succeeded? Because they devoted themselves to what the master has given them. The master gave them talent, and they knew that what he has given them, he will come back. He was going away, and he gave them something. So whatever you have, whatever project you are doing, you know that at the end of the day, there's going to be accountability. You are going to account to someone, or you're going to, even if it's your husband or your business partner or your kids, you are going to account to even yourself. Okay, so when you know that, then it will affect the way that you work as well, and your attitude towards the work. He said that they were passionate to do what was good, to be able to give account. They were passionate, so they were given the gift, the talent, and they were passionate. They got straight into work, and they were passionate about that, and that's why they succeeded. And he also went on to say that they inspired themselves. The master only gave them the talent, and he went away. They inspired themselves. They got up and got the job done. They got up and thought, this has been given to me. I don't want to waste it. When he comes, I want to be able to tell him something. So they went out and they did what they could. He did not tell them where to invest, but they knew that they had to invest, and they knew where to invest so that they can make profits, okay? Because they all doubled what was given to them. Passionate. We need to be passionate, and they inspire themselves to keep going. Even when the going gets tough, they what? They encourage themselves, like David did, and he mentioned that when there was time that after they have gone for war and they came back and people have stolen, raided their camp and taken their wives and kids and stolen all their livestock, and they wanted to stone David because he is their leader. So sometimes things go wrong, and as a leader, people will come after you. But as a leader, whether you're a mentor or a coach or a leader of wherever you are, even your own family, you have to encourage yourself when things go low. And that is one point that he said that I was also happy with. And then he said they invested their talent. So it's basically the opposite of all the things that the one who failed did not do. So they were proactive, they did not procrastinate, and they looked forward to the master's coming to give account. Also, redeeming the time, so they knew the master was coming back. You know that you haven't got eternity on this earth. You know that there's a time coming. No one knows the future, but there's a time coming when the things that we are doing now, we can't what do. So whatever you find yourself doing, the Bible says, whatever your hands finds doing, do it with all your heart. I hope you are blessed with this. Let me end here before I keep talking. You know, Rebecca, when I start talking. Anyway, God will you bless you. Have a very, very blessed Sunday.